Spartans! What is your profession?
Listen, I know Shakur's going to have a great game plan, and I know he's not going to do with Zepeda, what he did with Zepeda with Teofimo. But I hope we get a little bit of that, where he does engage, where he does take the center of the ring, even if it's for a few rounds, and shows his capabilities in the ring. Because the last thing we want is such a massive fight to go out in a damp squib. I will take a Mayweather Pacquiao sort of fight, but a lot of people say it didn't live up to the expectation. It didn't live up to the expectation because Floyd was just too good. I hope we're saying that about Shakur if he does win, and not saying, oh well, he just ran for 12 rounds and then that's it. You have to respect the fact that this guy, bro, just come out of nowhere and just win fights that he had no business winning. But yeah, I think Wilder does him in 3 rounds. I can't lie to you.
I think Chisora in 8.
Nah, there's no way Wilder can come back. Yeah, to Del Boy. I know Del Boy. Like, look. I'll be nice.
I'm not even trolling.
I'll be nice. Maybe Wilder lets it go 12 rounds just for a swan song, like just to let him. But there's no way Wilder can come back and lose to Del Boy. Like, I think because the biggest joke is, if Del Boy wins this fight, he ain't gonna retire, bruv.
Yeah, he's not gonna retire.
He'll be like, all right, cool. So I beat Wilder now. Surely man deserves one more shot. I'm sick, bro.
Man said Fury for number 4.
Yes, people, another edition of Nights of the Roundtable Discussions where we discuss all sports all the time. Got my guy ST in the building. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fighting the elements, but I'm still here. We had to get the preview out, man. But apart from that, I'm okay. Yourself?
I'm good, man. I can't complain, bro. I appreciate you coming on. Obviously, when colds and flu hit people, it's a commitment to the body. So I'm very much appreciate ST doing this. But people, as ST said, we had to get this preview done. I know, and I've been promising it to you lot from last week. I got the dates wrong last week. I thought it was going to be last weekend, but it's actually this weekend. And it is. Listen, to start a year in boxing, this is a massive fight that we've got on our hands. Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. That is going to start the boxing calendar off. I know there's been other fights, but I'm talking about big fights. So ST and I are going to be looking through, dissecting, and breaking down how this fight is going to go on. I'm also going to talk a little bit about, obviously, in the heavyweight division as well, Tyson Fury's comeback and Deontay Wilder versus Derek Chisora as well.
Yeah.
But as usual, before we start, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, and say the time. Share. We are here, and don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. People, don't forget to check out Footy Chat that we did a couple of days ago with Mr. KA. Very, very enjoyable poddy for ST and I. Not so much for Mr. KA.
He was still making his excuses as well.
Bro, he was right. Listen, at the end of the day, I saw it as he had to come out and defend himself a little bit, but he did accept what happened and the situation and how Arsenal are. Yeah. But at the same time, when he started talking about, obviously, United fans being just as loud, bro, allow it. Just
man said we're allowed to talk when you haven't won anything.
Bro, listen.
Major, not a Champions League, not a European Cup or anything.
No, not a European Cup. I think they won the Cup Winners' Cup many moons ago. But, bro, that
they lost
the
UEFA Cup to Galatasaray. Bro, I remember that.
If it's not a UEFA Cup or / Europa League or a Champions League, bro, I don't want to hear it, to be honest. Not even a Conference League, I don't want to hear, bro. But this is the thing with these Arsenal fans, though. anytime they have something nice, we always take it away from them, bruv. When they obviously we are the reason, and this story is the reason why they went on that obviously unbeaten for the season. But who stopped it?
Yeah.
We did. The amount of times that we stopped them from winning the Premier League, the amount of times that we kicked them out the Champions League as well, like, bruv, it's light work for us. This is what we do to Arsenal and Arsenal fans. We kill their hopes and dreams, bruv. That snatch that chain on and move on. But listen, people, this isn't footy chat, but go check out that
No, it's
video.
not.
Listen, this is the first boxing talk of the year for
Yes,
us,
it is.
ST.
Yes.
People, unfortunately, Tooth couldn't be here, work commitments. But obviously, listen, when I've got my encyclopedia of boxing knowledge, the guy that I defer to when it comes to boxing, ST, he'll hold down the fort. But we'll definitely have Tooth back for the review, people. So don't worry about that. But listen, big fight in Madison Square Garden taking place this Saturday. Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson for the WBO Super Lightweight title. this is a fan for the boxing purists. There will
Yeah.
be, I think if you're in America, this is a
Yeah.
massive fight and you're going to be tuning in. But I think from all around the world, unless you love the sport of boxing, this one won't appeal to you as much. And there's obviously various reasons why. But it is, of course, Teofimo Lopez, 22-1 versus Shakur Stevenson, 24-0. Him putting his undefeated streak on the line in this massive fight. Two huge generational talents
Yes.
in boxing going head to head, giving us the fight that we want. My first question is, ST,
Go on. Yeah.
this fight being so massive, bro, just give us a breakdown, like how you see this fight going, because obviously you and I both watch boxing. We've studied it. Obviously, you more so than me. But I've watched a lot of the pundits, ex-fighters talking about this fight, breaking it down, and the general consensus is that this is going to go the distance. That's the general consensus. This is going to go the distance. Shakur is a heavy, heavy favorite in this fight. So I just want to know, how do you see this fight going? Obviously, you know, as we normally do, we'll get to predictions in the end. But from the Stevenson camp and the Teofimo Lopez's camp, how do you see this fight going? What type of fight are we expecting come Saturday night?
People are gonna say exciting fights. If I'm being very honest, it's going to be very cagey. Because them two know each other very well. So they used to fight quite often in the amateurs. They would see each other in the amateurs. I think Stevenson was a couple of weights below him in the amateurs, but they know of each other, so they know how each other fight. So when you get a fight like that, it tends to be very cagey. Shakur Stevenson as the purest boxer, the purest, so very skillful, great feet, great skills. Doesn't necessarily hit as hard, but a very good fighter himself. Very talented, probably one of the most technical fighters in today's boxing. Against someone, Teofimo, who's also very technical. Let's not get it twisted. Who's also got decent feet. Who I'd say is more of a boxer punching. However, he doesn't have the skills of Stevenson, but it doesn't mean he's not skillful. He's very skillful. It's just that I think Stevenson's IQ is very high, but I think it's going to be very cagey. Teofimo has shown that he's vulnerable to be getting hit. He's been dropped before. So I think he'll be wary of Stevenson's counters. Even Stevenson, in his last fight against Zepeda, fought fantastically well. I must give him credit. It was very exciting. However, the consensus is he got hit a lot. He did get hit a lot, and he got
He did.
buzzed. So
he got hurt in the first round, if I remember correctly.
I think he got hurt.
I think first and third he got hurt.
He recovered well. It showed that he got very good.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that he was there. So them two are going to be very aware of each other. All the trash talking aside, they're going to be very, very the understanding of boxing, they're gonna be both very close towards each other. They're gonna be um like I don't think the fight will be as exciting as people made. It's just the fact that two names are fighting. I
Mm,
think that it's going to be very close, but yeah, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you wins after, but I'm just like it's going to be style of technical. If he makes it technical, I think that will go into Shakur's favor. However, I think Teofimo needs to press the action a bit more, but
mhm,
kind of counter punch on the front foot. If you understand what I'm saying,
mhm.
so don't no back foot game because the back foot game that's all Shakur Stevenson. That's what he likes you to do. So when because Theo can do it when you come forward, he uses very good jab, uses quick hands, and kind of like counter pressure.
Mm.
So like have his foot on the outside of Stevenson's, control the distance, that sort of stuff. Because I think he is, I think Teofimo has the longer reach, so he has to use that.
Actually, like in terms of what it has on paper, he does. But I think when you look at both men, Shakur has actually looked longer.
Yeah,
If you get it, but
yeah,
I
yeah. I
think
get
on
you. I get you.
paper, I think it's like by half an inch.
Half an inch. Yeah.
TF, but if you look at it, Shakur is actually longer um,
Okay.
than Teofimo.
Okay. Fair enough then. But I think what I said still stands. He has to kind of dominate the center of the ring, take the center of the ring, but do it effectively. Don't just come standing forward because Shakur Stevenson's been doing this since he was 6 years old. He'll
Mm.
counter punch day and night, and he'll catch you. His offense is actually very good. It's just that it doesn't look. It's just that it's not as powerful. So that's why you don't see the knockouts. But if you look at his defense, it's very varied. He has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. However, Teofimo needs to use his jab, needs to counter punch as well with him, get him in spots as well, make him feel very uncomfortable,
Mm.
disrupt his boxing. And yeah, that's it really. It's
No,
not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be exciting, man. I honestly don't think it's gonna be that.
neither do I. Neither do I. And I think ST. This is one of the things that has been labelled at Shakur is that his fights are boring. He runs. Nothing says it more than what was that fight? What was that fight? De Los Santos. De Los
De Los
Santos.
Santos. I think he was
Yeah.
injured in that fight though.
Okay, but like that because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think a
he
lot of
was. Yeah,
people he got a lot of stick for that fight
yeah.
because I think even to the I think first of all people were upset with the scorecards because a lot of people had it down as a draw.
It wasn't a
Um,
draw.
it wasn't a draw,
I
um,
don't think it was a draw. I
but
remember
I
watching the
think,
match.
but from a performance perspective, he got a lot of stick because people like it was boring. He was running.
Yeah,
There wasn't really
yeah.
any engagement. I think I watched the fight when it happened, but when I didn't rewatch it, I watched the highlights. The highlights were 1 minute and 5 seconds. Like that just goes to show how poor that fight was. But it's something that's been labelled at Shakur, and excuse me, something that you alluded to there in terms of it being cagey, because one thing that you said is obviously the excellent footwork that Shakur has, and we know that he's probably got the best defense in the game right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, so is it going? So from his perspective, his game plan is to use his defense, obviously use his footwork.
yeah,
Don't allow Teofimo to engage. Doesn't really do that.
yeah,
Pick him off. You because he's got a very good jab as well, so he's going to be looking to pick
yeah,
off Teofimo. Obviously, point scoring as it is, and use the sweet science.
yeah,
And that's why a lot of people have him as the favorite because that's what
yeah,
they believe is going to happen. It's going to be, uh, I'm trying to think as an example, it's going to be to a lesser extent, a Floyd Manny situation, even though Floyd did stand and trade with him, but it's sort of that. And I think that's what people are trying
yeah,
to go off the blueprint of what Teofimo is going to have to do and what Shakur's going to do.
yeah,
Um, but from Teofimo's perspective, because ST, he is the underdog in this
yeah.
fight. Not many people have him winning this fight, and the reason why I find it crazy, ST, is that when you look at both fighters' resumes,
He's fought the better fighters.
Teofimo's fought the better fighters. And when you look at the resumes as well, Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, he was a heavy underdog in both of those fights. And he ended up winning both of them. He's been there under the bright lights. And he's performed to an excellent standard. So surely, seeing that, a lot of people will say, ST, before I finish, a lot of people will say it wasn't the best version of Lomachenko. I don't necessarily agree with that.
I don't agree with that.
Because I think that Teofimo surprised him. Oh, don't get me wrong, Lomachenko didn't throw a punch in the first 6 rounds, which is ridiculous.
You know what it is? Yeah, go on.
Go on.
No, what I was going to say is Lomachenko tasted Teofimo's power.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So he was hesitant to throw a punch. Also, Teofimo used his physical advantages.
Yeah.
Also, Teofimo as well. Every day that guy was, you have fighters when they're obsessed with another fighter. For example, Holyfield and Tyson. Even though Holyfield lost a lot of fights before that, when it came to Tyson, he was so obsessed with Tyson, he knew what to do with Tyson. So Teofimo was always talking about Lomachenko from the time where he was obsessed. Him and his father, I'm going to beat Lomachenko, I'm going to do this. They had a perfect game plan for him. And with Josh Taylor obviously wasn't the best Josh Taylor, but at the end of the day as well, Teofimo just uses superior technique.
Yeah, 100%. And
that's what
it's two fights that he got written off. And Lomachenko was a general. Listen, people were talking about Lomachenko being undefeated his whole career. No one really wants to fight Lomachenko. Yeah. He was beating people up. And Teofimo came and said, all right, cool. Let me see what this guy's really on, brother. And he came in, he beat him. And it was a convincing beating. I think, did I write down the scorecard?
There was 184 card, I'm pretty sure. Like 116, 112.
Yeah. 116, 112, 109, 119, 111, 117.
I remember scoring at 116, 112 at the time. So.
Those were the 3 official score. Those were the official.
There was no way you could have given that to Lomachenko at all.
Nah, no chance.
It was comfortable, especially the first 6 rounds. It was literally that, and then Lomachenko came on strong, but it was too late.
Yeah, but the thing with this ST is not only did Teo raise his game for these fights, you got to throw in the other caveat that they were both southpaws.
Yes.
Which Shakur Stevenson is. So it seems like Teofimo, with the big names and the big lights and everything else, likes the southpaws. So from his perspective, ST, how are we expecting him to pro? I know you said about him counter-punching, and he's got to come forward. He's got to apply pressure because he can't box Shakur from the outside.
On the back foot.
He'll lose. He'll lose every single time. He's got to engage Shakur. One of the things that I noticed with the Zepeda fight is Zepeda managed to get on the inside a lot with Shakur. But don't get me wrong, it was also because Shakur wanted to prove a point. So Shakur let it happen at times. But I think these are the sorts of things that Teofimo is going to have to do. Also, he's a natural at this weight.
Yes.
So he's got to use his strength. He's got to impose his physicality on Shakur. Not going to be easy at all because Shakur's got fantastic footwork. And I think that he's got to build some momentum. He's got to keep the flow of the fight, because the one thing that I am sure Shakur is going to try and do, he's going to try and be as disruptive as possible. Not give Teofimo any rhythm for him to go off, because we know that's what he wants to do. Is that right in me saying that?
Yeah, Teofimo is a rhythm fighter. He's very fluid when he boxes, to be fair to Teofimo. He's got a lot of technique, but you have to disrupt his rhythm, and with Teofimo, you can get into his mind. You have to make him respect you. As you said, he's one of them fighters who gets up for the bigger fights. And you'll be up for this fight. Don't get it twisted. This is a huge fight. But again, he has to, it's one of them ones where with Shakur Stevenson, not one tactic is gonna work. So when I said that he has to counter punch off the front foot, there will be times where he may have to box,
Mm,
may have to pressure, because unless you're an all-out pressure fighter like Zepeda was, who
mm,
no matter what was just gonna come forward, and that
yeah.
would give him problems. You have to disrupt Stevenson in a way where you have to give him different looks so he doesn't get accustomed to the rhythm. Because Shakur Stevenson, even though he boxes on a back foot, he's a rhythm fighter as well. Once
Mm.
he gets into a rhythm, it's done. Like you can't beat him. So
Nah, what 100%, man. And when we look at Shakur Stevenson, obviously
yeah,
multi-weight champ, obviously people talking about him being the next Mayweather. Those are some of the things being thrown about. Um, and you look at his resume. I think, is it fair to say his biggest win was Oscar Valdez? Is that fair?
I would say so.
Yeah, because obviously I think it was a unification fight.
And
Um,
he fought extremely well that match. He dominated him.
yeah, no, that's it. And look, as you said, ultimate technician, best defensive fighter out there. Um, how does Shakur go about this? Like we know he could do the whole boxing the outside, keep it moving,
Yeah,
this, that, and the other. But I don't think he's gonna want to do this in such a massive stage. I think he's gonna want to show something, and one of his biggest weapons is gonna be the shots to the body. We know he's very, very good at throwing to the
yeah.
body. But how do you see Shakur going about this? How do you see him going about this fight? Because he'll understand the magnitude of this fight and how big it is, and
Yeah.
this is going to take him to another level. So how can he dominate the fight but not make it look like a De Los Santos fight where people are labeling him as running all the time?
He's got a box, but what it is as well, especially for someone like Teofimo, he's gonna have to make him feel his power. That's one
Mm,
thing I would say. So I do think in the first round, especially, Stevenson has to, when he lands the punch, land with precision, set his feet, like let it go, and then yeah, and see how Tio reacts to that. If reacts like, because Teofimo's chin is not the best. It's good, but it's not great. He's gone down a few times before. So if he gets hit by Stevenson and he's like, yeah, he has to think about the power, then Stevenson is
but
in.
Shakur, when was the last time Shakur hurt somebody though?
That's the issue.
Like
That's the issue.
when was the last time he hurt somebody?
That's the
This
issue.
yeah. Like
But for luckily for Stevenson, he's so technically good that
yeah.
sometimes it doesn't matter.
It's
But
true.
the issue is again, as you said, is he gonna want to entertain or is he want to win? So that's the where the balance he has to find. So if he wants to win, he'll fight a certain way. He'll win. But entertainment,
I think definitely if he wants to win, we're gonna see it. We're gonna see a lot of volume to the body, a
yeah,
lot of volume to the body because
yeah,
that's one of his best shots to the body, and obviously he's gonna want to slow Tiafimo. If Tiafimo is gonna have to come forward, he's gonna want to slow him down.
yeah,
So a lot of work will be going to the body, and I think ST one of the things that is labeled at Tiafimo is his mentality.
yeah.
As we said, he rose to the occasion against Loma and Josh Taylor. But, but we saw when he wasn't mentally all in, Cambosis Jr. got dropped in the
And
first round.
Martin as well.
Oh,
Sandro
okay.
Martin, he was very, very, very lucky to win that fight. He was close. And he has to respect the opponent. He's one of
Mm,
them guys. Yeah, he's not consistent all over the ball like someone like a Stevenson who, like every fight he's gonna be up for it. Like,
mm.
but you see Theo, he goes. That's another thing with his mentality. When it's the best fighters, he's like, wow, I'm gonna fight. You're gonna see the best of him. When it's like fighters like mandatories and all that stuff like that, he's gonna He's gonna fight. He's gonna fight to the level of the fighter.
Mm.
But
And
then that's not really a good person. That's not a good thing.
no, because it's cost him. Obviously, I know it's only obviously Martin. You said he got lucky, very very lucky, but he's already got the loss against Kambosos Jr. And I think that coming after what he did to Loma, everyone was shocked. But again, it's the challenge. Did he
Yeah.
see Kambosos Jr. as a threat? Not
No.
as much as what he should have done, which is why his levels went down. And unfortunately for him, it didn't go the way how he wanted. But also, ST, also, it wasn't just a mental thing. He's very easily frustrated in the ring,
Yes, he is. He is.
Teofimo. So, and this is the thing. He's probably going up against the guy that's going to frustrate him the most
Yeah.
because if he's not able to connect, engage, hit with Shakur, it makes it easier for Shakur because he's gonna get frustrated, he's gonna get wild, mentally he's gonna be over the place, and then he's gonna be able to be picked apart. And I think this is one of the things where in which Teofimo cannot allow that to happen. He cannot
Yeah.
allow himself to get frustrated. He's got to stick to the game plan. And obviously, if things aren't working out, he has to make the adjustments. He has to collect
Yeah.
the data and make the adjustments because if he just sits and stews, it's going to be an easy night's work for
Yeah.
Shakur to pick him off because we know that's what Shakur is very, 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 very good at.
Yeah.
But look, it's a massive fight. It's a fight for the ages.
Yeah.
Um, one more thing, ST, before we
Go
go
on.
into the predictions. Obviously, we did you watch the have you watched the press conferences or seen clips of the press
Oh,
conferences?
yeah, man. It
In
makes
his
me
head,
laugh.
Tio seems like he's in Shakur's head.
Yeah.
And as I said, Shakur's never been in a fight on this
On
scale.
this magnitude, Tio has.
Could 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 there be stage fright from Shakur? Could he freeze on the night because he's never been at this level?
I
Tio
don't think he'll
seems to
freeze.
be in his head.
That's the only thing I can say is I don't think he'll be freezing. I'll think he's doing it to make sure that Stevenson doesn't fight his game. If Stevenson doesn't fight, wants to get fights Theo's game like bangs with him and stuff like that, then we're gonna be in for a fight. But I don't think Stevenson's not a character to freeze. Um, he's been to the Olympics, got a silver medal. He's been at a high pressure situation. I don't think he'll freeze. I think, and he's also been around Terence Crawford.
Mm,
He's been around
yeah,
Andre Ward,
yeah,
supporting him and
and
stuff like that. I don't
yeah.
think mentally, I don't think he's not the type to crumble. That's not what I'm worried about. If I'm a Shakur Stevenson fan, I'm more worried about him getting so riled up that he fights Teofimo's fight.
Mm, mm. Nah, I hear it.
If we do that, then I'm definitely gonna say that we're gonna have a great fight, and it could be crazy.
I hope so. I hope it's not one of them ones. I hope. I know Shakur. Obviously, listen. I know Shakur's going to have a great
Yeah,
game plan, and I know
yeah,
he's not going to do with Zapida. With do what he did with Zapida with Teofimo. But I hope we get a little bit of that where he does
yeah,
engage, where he does take the center of the ring, even if it's for a few rounds, and shows his capabilities in the ring. Because the last thing we want is such a massive fight to go out in a damp squib. I will take a Mayweather Pacquiao sort of fight, but a lot of people say it didn't live up to the expectation. It didn't live up to the expectation because Floyd was just too good. I hope we're saying that about Shakur if he does win, and not saying, "Oh well, he just
yeah,
ran for 12 rounds and then that's it." But
yeah.
ST, talk to me.
Prediction time, yeah.
What are we saying?
Okay,
What are we saying? Because
I'm gonna be,
what are we saying?
I'm gonna be very honest. I think Shakur wins. I think he dominates. I think he's gonna have so many smart people around him, and I think he takes it by decision. I think that Teofimo is going to get frustrated in the fight because he's not fighting. He's gonna probably call the fans to say, "Listen, Stevenson, you need to fight, and I think Stevenson wins by decision, majority decision, or a unanimous. But I think majority for me. I think it's going to be that close.
That's the general consensus from everybody that Shakur's going to win this on points, which is very, 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 very valid.
What are you saying?
I'm the same. I think Shakur wins on points. I think that early rounds, obviously Shakur will collect data, and he'll want to, not necessarily on purpose, but he'll want to see what Teofimo can throw at him. He'll want, at some point he'll want to feel the power just to see what it is. And if it isn't what people say it is, I think he could win this comfortably. But I think Teofimo's going to make it a very uncomfortable night. I don't think he's going to allow himself to get... I don't think he mentally is going to allow himself to get frustrated. But I think Shakur's going to frustrate him because Shakur's just going to be too good. And I think that's the difference. But I think I'm going to go with points. I know if Tooth was here, he'd be saying Teofimo all day long.
Teofimo by knockout because he can't stand it.
Yeah. But I think Shakur's gonna take this on points. But I won't be surprised if there's a draw. I won't be surprised if there's a draw. I think if the fight goes the way if the fight went the way for the neutral, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a draw. But I think it's a very, very intriguing fight. ST, so finally on this, what does a win for Teofimo do for him?
Oh, like it cements his legacy, and I'm gonna say this because Shakur is a silver medalist. He's won a lot of titles as well. He was dubbed to be. He's with Shakur. He's with Andre Ward. Terrence Crawford hypes him up as well, saying that he's fantastic. He's won a lot of titles. This and obviously there's there's the big four in that little bracket. You got Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and who's the other one? Gervonta Davis.
Well, Tank might not be in there for a while, but
yeah.
It's
always those guys that are they're like the four guys.
Yeah, like what was it? Duran, Hearns, Hagler,
Leonard.
Yeah. So it could have been that if Gervonta isn't going through what was going through, but yeah.
So it will be amazing for it, and the same as Shakur. Shakur is the same thing. Like this will elevate Shakur even more. Like I think this will do,
and it will shut down the naysayers as well for Shakur.
Yeah. Like this would be bigger more for Shakur than Teo, because I'll be honest, Teo has proved himself.
I don't know about that. I think for Teo, I think it's bigger. I think because people, after the Kambosos fight, people are saying he's a good fighter, but is he a great fighter? I think that this will prove that throw that theory out that he is a great fighter. I think for Shakur, because the expectation is that he's going to win, I think it elevates him. I agree with you 100%, but it's just like, all right, cool, he won. So he's actually shown that he can put a good fight, a fighter of relevance on his resume. Well, I think for Teofimo, to give Shakur his first loss and to shut down the naysayers, and then obviously look for a next fight with Haney and them, man. Like I think it does more for Teo, but don't get me wrong, it still does a lot for Shakur. But if Shakur were to lose, obviously I'm not going to say his career is over, but what I will say is that he'll get a lot of hate if he loses. There's a lot of people waiting on his downfall.
I was gonna say, his aura of invincibility will go, and all these things.
It will be not saying that his career will go like this. But it will be an Adrian Broner moment when Broner lost to
Maidana.
where
Yeah.
everybody jumped on it and was like, "See, I told you, this, that, and the other." So there's a lot on the line for both fighters,
Yeah.
people, but we cannot wait. It's an exciting fight, obviously, mainly for the boxing purists. But listen to me when we tell you, if the fight goes the way how it should, it is going to be a fantastic fight, and it's one that you definitely need to tune in for. Um, this Saturday. But ST, moving on, obviously, we had the news that Tyson Fury is making a return. I think when the last time we did something and he retired, I think you and Tooth both said that he's not retired.
No, it's an attention seeking thing, isn't it? That's what it is.
Yeah. Um, obviously there were murmurs last year that he was gonna come back. Um, obviously there was talks of him going in with AJ, but unfortunately, obviously,
Yeah,
AJ had the tragic loss of his two friends, but brothers to him. Our condolences go out to the
of course.
families of both guys, and to AJ. And AJ just needs to get mentally right. I know he's back in the gym, but we don't know his
Yeah.
return. But Fury said he's coming back. He's fighting. Oh, what was that guy's name, bro? Ma- yeah,
Makhmadov.
Makhmadov.
Yeah.
Um, it's punching bag settings, isn't it?
The issue with him, yeah, because Makhmadov punches really hard. He's
Okay.
probably one of the 100 hardest punches out there, but he is so vulnerable, so vulnerable.
Yeah. I just because there was talk of him. Oh, what is that light skinned guy's name, bruv? Oh, mate, his name has just
Wardley,
yeah. There was talk of Fury coming back to fight Wardley in it.
yeah,
Yeah, but I knew he wouldn't take that fight because as much
no,
as I still think Fury can beat him, because Fury's been out the ring for so long,
it
he
doesn't
will
make sense.
he would always take a
Yeah.
tune up fight personally, and I think Fury's whole thing is that
Sorry, 1 second, bro. I'm gonna.
no worries, bro.
You keep
Fury,
talking there.
yeah. Fury's whole thing is that he his goal is the AJ fight. People, Fury wants to fight AJ. That is the end goal. That is the big payday. There's nothing. There's going to be no Usyk fight at any point. Rematch. He's lost twice, and same thing goes for AJ as well. AJ won't be fighting Usyk either. He's lost that twice as well. So I think Fury coming back is purely for the payday against AJ, which may happen. I think it's going to be a 2 fight deal as well. So he wants to get in shape as quickly as possible. So the fight against Madrimov is a good starter for him. And then after that, maybe if Wardley isn't occupied, he might do that because AJ's going to need a tune-up fight as well. We don't know when he's going to come back because obviously he needs time to grieve. He needs time to mentally prepare himself to get back in the boxing ring. And there's a possibility that AJ may not even come back. I highly doubt it because he's back in the gym. But so,
Yeah,
I was saying that the Madrimov fight, tune up, he might then go in with Wardley after and then AJ after that. I
yeah,
think it might be down that sort of boat. Or if AJ does come back quicker than expected, AJ could possibly have a tune-up fight
yeah.
in
And
the
then go into
summer,
the fight.
and then these two will have a
Yeah,
2 fight deal, which one will be in like before Christmas, and the next one will be in the summer of 2027. So
yeah.
it's interesting in one sense, but both guys are not going for any world
Yeah.
titles.
No,
So
not now.
it's just a case of trying to get the payday. Will we watch it if he fights AJ? We will.
Of
We're not going to
course.
say that
Yeah.
we won't. We will
Of course.
100%. And I think it's only good for British boxing if these two are back and they finally give the fans the fight they want. It's not to the full extent because what people wanted is both of them to have belts and then do some sort of unification or undisputed. But Usyk threw a spanner in the works because Usyk is just that damn good.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we'll see what happens with Fury. As I said, it's just one of them ones where he's back in it, so we'll see. But obviously, a fight that has been confirmed Which, listen, I'm intrigued, ST, because
I know he's a good stuff.
Derek Chisora, yeah, this guy, like, you can't help but like him, bro.
I like
Because
him. He's
the
madman.
one thing you can't say about one thing you can say about Del Boy, he's willing to go in there with anybody. And
Yeah.
bro, he's won fights that he was never supposed to win. Um, and now we've got a situation where he has confirmed this is his last fight, right?
Yeah, his last fight.
This is his last fight. And what
50th
a way
fight.
to go
Yeah.
out, because it's a big name in Wilder. Wilder's coming back out from the shadows to fight Del Boy. So for Wilder, he's probably looking at it like, listen, I need a fight that's going to challenge me, but I want to get back in the ring. And Del Boy's like, what a way to go out, because there isn't really anywhere else for Derek Chisora to go. He was never going to
No.
get a world title fight. No, and he fought Usyk
No.
already. He was the one that he's to this day. I mean, quote Wilder, to this day, he
That
is
was one
the
of
one
Usyk's hardest
heavyweight
fights.
that caused Usyk the most
Yeah.
problems. But now he's going in there with Deontay Wilder. How do you see that? Like, what's your feelings on this fight?
I think Deontay Wilder loses, Bro, I know you about to
I know
put.
he's on a
I know
lose.
you can.
I know he's on a losing streak. I know he's on a losing streak because he hasn't fought. Last fight was against the Chinese.
No, you fought. No. Even after that, he took an interim fight against like this random like guy called Hendon, and he stopped him like 7, 8 rounds.
Oh no,
Whereas
bro, that don't
obviously,
count, bro.
yeah. So probably major fight was Zhang, but
Yeah,
I can't lie,
Zhang
bro. I
dealt with
would have
him,
never
bro.
usually. I would have never picked Chisora, but I just think Chisora is on like a little run at the moment. I think that Wilder as well. Chisora is weird. Chisora's style is wrong for Wilder. You understand what I'm saying? Like Chisora comes forward, but it's one of them ones he could easily get knocked. You know what? He could easily get knocked out as well. But
That's what I was gonna say. He's a comfort, bro. Wilder could pick him off. I can't lie to you. I cannot lie to you.
no,
Wilder.
this is the first time we probably disagreed. I'm gonna say Chisora will win.
Nah, you can't be serious, bro.
No,
When
I'll
I
be
look at
real.
when I look at Chisora's record, obviously, yeah, obviously, so his last 3 fights: Gerald Washington, Joe Joyce, Otto Wallin. He beat them all. And I'm not saying that these guys are like guys that we would say, oh yeah, like definitely. But he weren't supposed to win any of those 3 fights.
No,
Like, I
no.
mean, the Pulev fight got him the fight against Fury.
Yeah.
Like obviously, Dillian White, the first fight, he was robbed. Oh no, yeah. The Dillian fight, the first fight, he was robbed. He won.
Yeah.
But the second one obviously was more convincing. But Del Boy, listen, the one thing I respect about Del Boy is that bro, he fought any and everybody. He
He
was just
don't care.
willing to fight. Unfortunately, he could never become world champion. Obviously, he ran into David Haye and then obviously Tyson Fury 3 times, and then obviously Usyk. So unfortunately, he's always
Yeah.
been the bridesmaid, never the bride. But man, that guy's got some heart. I'll give him that. And I think him going out against Deontay Wilder, I personally think Wilder knocks him out in 3 rounds. But
I don't think so.
but it would just be Del Boy
To do it, yeah.
to do it. It would just be Del Boy. Because even remember the fight against Takam, he wasn't supposed to win that either.
Oh, he was losing every
He was
round.
losing, and then he just knocked him out.
I was like, yo.
And that's the thing about Del Boy, man. You have to respect the fact that this guy, bro, just come out of nowhere and just win fights that he had no business winning. But yeah, I think Wilder does him in 3 rounds. I can't lie to you.
I think Chisora in 8.
Nah. There's no way Wilder can come back, yeah, to Del Boy. I know Del Boy, like, look. I'll be nice.
I'm not even trolling.
I'll be nice. Maybe Wilder lets it go 12 rounds just for a swan song, like just to let him. But there's no way Wilder can come back and lose to Del Boy. Like, I think because the biggest joke is, yeah, if Del Boy wins this fight, he ain't gonna retire, bruv.
Yeah, he's not gonna
He'll
retire.
be like, all right, cool. So I beat Wilder now. Surely man deserves one more shot. I'm sick, bro.
Man said Fury for number four.
Nah, bro. Like, listen, it's mad. It's mad. But
Nah,
listen, when that fight comes closer, we're definitely gonna look into it and dive deeper a little bit more. But people, listen, that is it from us. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Let us know what you think about Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Who you got? Have you got Shakur with his defensive prowess, excellent body shots, excellent footwork winning this fight? Or have you got Teofimo Lopez with the counter punching, the pressure, the cutting off the ring, using his momentum to engage Shakur and make him feel uncomfortable? Or have you got it as a draw? Do you think it's going to be a draw and we're going to have a second fight? Let us know what you think about Tyson Fury coming back. Is this the case? Do you think, yeah, that's good, it's good for boxing? Or are you thinking, please, bruv, like, honestly, just allow it. It's time for you to go. But listen, are you looking forward to a showdown between him and AJ, hopefully at Wembley at the end of the year? Let us know what you think about Derek Chisora versus Del Boy. Del Boy's last fight, allegedly. Who you got? Are you with me, bruv? Is Wilder going to make it light work? Tooth would say the same thing. Or are you with ST, bruv? Del Boy's going to pull it out of the bag again, not retire, get the fourth fight with Tyson Fury, or he gets another shot at Usyk. Remember, people, he is the only heavyweight that has made, oh, like, fair enough, the first Tyson Fury fight, it wasn't going his way. But besides that, he's the only other heavyweight that's made Usyk look uncomfortable. Does he deserve another shot if he gets the win over Deontay Wilder? We want to hear from you. And as usual, before we go, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up. As I say the time, share, share, share. We are here. And don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. Want to say thank you very much to my guy ST for battling the elements. Thank you very much, sir.
no, I appreciate it, man. Next week, hopefully, I'm better. So
No, we hope so. People coming up, obviously, as I said, we'll be reviewing this fight. Definitely 100% reviewing the fight between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. There are other fights on the card as well, but this was the main one that we wanted to look at.
yeah,
And obviously, Footy Chat will be back. We'll obviously be making more assessments of obviously what happens with Manchester United and Arsenal. Obviously, looking back
yeah,
at Spurs and Manchester City review, and then previewing Liverpool versus Manchester City. So it's just
oh
nothing
yeah,
but big games coming thick and fast. And also very, very soon, hopefully, fingers crossed, if Truth agrees, we should have an NBA talk for you over the All-Star weekend. And if
yeah,
it's a massive, 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 massive if, I'm not going to mention the names, but if at the Australian Open a miracle happens
oh yeah,
and he does it,
yeah,
best believe we'll be back on here for a tennis talk.
oh, yeah,
Best believe we'll be back on here for a tennis talk, people. So keep your fingers crossed, everything crossed, prayers. Obviously, ST would judge everything because it's gonna be probably the most difficult thing. But if he could pull it off, trust me, we'll be back here, people, for a tennis
yeah.
talk. But listen, people, stay safe out there, be safe, and we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.
Yeah.